Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. It's Kaghoe coming at you with another video. So I wanted to take the time to talk about if the incursion inflation that occurred here in Phase 3 was a necessary sort of evil, if you will, and something that needed to happen. And so obviously I'm going to go into a ton of detail about this, and generally speaking, in the real world, inflation is always bad. I have yet to see a sort of real world example in my entire life where inflation has ever been good, and if you look in history, it's usually what causes most countries to sort of collapse and fail as nation states in the real world. So generally inflation is never good, but here in WoW, I think this might be one rare example where it is. But before we get into the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Everything you guys do helps my channel grow, helps me get discovered, and helps me help as many people as possible, which is the entire point of my channel. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So for me, at least, and I know a lot of you when we've talked about this, has been incursions. The biggest complaint has been that they were the best at everything. Since their inception, from level 25 to 50, incursions are the best thing to do. It is the best gold per hour, it is the best XP per hour, and it has a required rep for some classes. So you need to get that reputation to get a rune at friendly, or even get a sort of catch-up gear if you go to honored and revered. So incursions have just been sort of, that's been my complaint. However, to tell the story, we need to go all the way back to Phase 1 and Phase 2. So in Phase 1, the economies was pretty hype because there were tons of players playing. Everyone could get level 25. Everyone could bang out ults. I was doing like an ult a day almost and getting all the runes and making those videos. I had a lot of success and kind of blew up my channel. However, the meta that sort of developed in Phase 1 were a ton of bots. You guys probably saw the clip. A lot of popular content creators covered it, of some dude in a like warehouse or something, and just had like 256 versions of WoW opened up on a bunch of different screens and was just hardcore botting the entire game, and that was kind of crazy. And then we also had a lot of gold buying. Gold buying was very popular in Phase 1. People were just buying and buying and buying. And then we also had GDKPs, so people would just buy that gold, distribute it out all about. And so that was really bad for the economy in general. It got so bad that I stopped making gold farm videos for Phase 1 because the gold prices were just too good, in a sense. Like, you could get 100 gold for like $5, and there's no way in the game you were going to be making that amount of gold. And so it just really sucks, and I want people to value their time, so I don't show them real ways when that becomes a problem. And Blizzard took tremendous steps to fix this. They started cracking down on bots, banning them. They started cracking down on gold buyers and banning them, especially with the launch of Phase 2. Any tainted money was just obliterated, accounts banned and wiped. And then GDKPs were completely banned. However, in Phase 2, a lot of that wealth that people acquired and were managed, at least on my server here at Crusader Strike, they were able to sort of, the rich get richer type of deal. They became market-making whales, and they made tons more gold by monopolizing markets, and the pretty much average player couldn't do anything because they missed out on that Phase 1 gold accumulation phase. Regardless of how toxic or against the rules it still happened. And so the average player kind of got boned in Phase 2 as well. I could only find farms that were maybe giving you 20 to 30 gold an hour, and that was doing the absolute best that you could with all the professions utilized, or fishing under perfect circumstances, meaning no other competition for it. And that was really hard to do for the average player that could only play at, peak hours in the evening in certain situations like that. So it made it really hard for people to do that, and so I feel like that killed a lot of people in Phase 2, as well as the 25 to 40 leveling that was required. So you ask yourself, why would giving the player base 50 to 100 gold per hour might be needed? Well, to avoid that problem, to avoid that hyper wealth that was created, to avoid, players just quitting because they want to raid, they want to get their consumes, but they don't want to spend 10 hours just to raid 1 week. Like, that is ridiculous for a level up raid at level 40 to have to plan it and do, and that's where consumables and enchants and prices went. So with Phase 3 coming along and hyperinflating the economy, as well as the incredible strong bot restrictions that they implemented, meaning you hadn't been able to, you can't trade on a new account created for 30 days. So most bots get detected in that 30-day window and get banned. That's sort of how Blizzard does it. They do it in monthly waves. So by the time that they're able to trade gold, they're banned, which is really good. If people are out there reporting them, that is how you win that battle. And those two things sort of served as a great equalizer, because a player can go in there and they can spend an hour in some incursions and make that 50 to 100 gold an hour, depending on your group, obviously. And they can go and buy their consumes for their raids. So they don't have to spend like an hour doing that. They spend an hour doing world buffs, and maybe that's 2 hours of playing the game that they enjoy, getting their stuff ready for full world buff, full consumes, and then they can go in there and they can pump. That is a great thing for the classic community. People love to go into raids and pump and parse and have all their stuff. And even so, there is a community of people that don't even do that. So you don't even need to do that. So you can just get some wealth accumulated for maybe your epic mount when Phase 4 comes. You can get, just enough gold to sort of sit on. You can stockpile it. So when Phase 4 comes and you need to enchant your new gear, you need to buy some crafted gear like Robes of the Archmage. You can just buy all your essences right off the rip. There are quite a few things that you could just stockpile gold for, and so this sort of equalized it in a way I've never seen, and I think it's pretty good and healthy for the game. I stockpiled almost 500 ghost mushrooms, so I made like 1.5 to 2k gold by selling all of those like a week or two into Phase 3. So I made a ton of gold, and I was happy, and I've sort of just maintained that and sat on it since, bought my epic gear and stuff with all that money, and sort of just slowly been doing my passive incomes that I've shared with you guys ever since. But I feel like the big solution this solved is it did not giga punish you like you were in Phase 2 if you did not play the entire game. You have something that gold-wise allows you to catch up and have competition to be able to play the game. And I think with Phase 3, I think that is probably one of the best things that we can say came out of Incursions. And I'm someone who loves making gold share. I've shared so many methods with you guys and guides and stuff, and they are even competitive. Sure, like you can't hit 100 gold without some luck, but if you have a profession and you just literally go out there and kill satyrs with tailoring, you can make a decent amount of gold just by being a tailor, killing satyrs in Fellwood. And seeing that the economy sort of balance out even at a higher level is really good. It's why I've made a bunch of farming videos here in Phase 3. It's why I feel good about showing you guys that I don't buy gold, but I check the gold price because I want to make sure that I'm telling you guys to do stuff that is actually worth your time so you can make a decent amount. So as long as Blizzard keeps keeping these bots under control, keeps doing awesome steps towards making SOD feel like a good server, a seasonal server with obviously things inflated and quicker, I understand that because it's a seasonal server, but as long as they keep doing it, I have some faith in Phase 4 that we'll see a really fun, enjoyable, balanced game. Especially with them taking a lot extra time to do so. They better make it awesome. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this. This is just sort of a theory and something has been on my mind that I wanted to talk about. If you disagree with me, tell me why you disagree, because obviously, yeah, inflation is generally terrible, but I think this might be that one rare scenario where inflation was good. But anyway, I truly hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, I'll see you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. It truly means a lot to me. If you happen to find anyone that you know would also benefit from watching this video, please share it with them. It helps me out a ton and allows me to keep doing what I love every single day, and that is gaming and sort of helping people any way that I can. So finally, thank you so much, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Goodbye.